Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and with the DC universe expanding into Gotham City from various clues from the Superman film and season 2 of Peacemaker, and now set photos from DC Studios' Clayface film that are being shot in Liverpool, and that's going to be set in the live-action Gotham of the DCU, here are 15 things we now know to be true about the Gotham City and the Batman of the DC universe.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform that makes launching your own website a breeze.
And by the way, if you're enjoying Peacemaker season 2, we have this new Eat Peace design at our merch store, nerdriot.shop, with a bunch of other really cool DC related designs, and grabbing one of these goes directly to supporting us here at New Rockstars. Alright, 1. This is the DCU Gotham. From Creature Commandos episode 6, the flashback to Dr. Phosphorus's origin as Alex Sartorius shows us what the DCU Gotham will be. Now, it is an animated form, but it was depicted as a green tinted city with an Art Deco gargoyle and overhead police searchlights that do recall the police blimp searchlights from the red tinted Batman the Animated Series Gotham in the intro of that show. I think that's what they were going for. While James Gunn has indicated that animated characters and settings will sometimes look different when they're depicted in live action, as was the case with Rick Flag Sr., and probably somewhat the case for Clayface from Creature Commandos to the Clayface film, generally this is the kind of vibe of the city. 2. It is not the same Gotham as Matt Reeves' Batman in the Penguin's Gotham. I know, a lot of you want the universes to be merged, and you want Robert Pattinson's Batman to be the DCU Batman, but I'm telling you, it's not happening. And in fact, that would probably really ruin what's great about Robert Pattinson's Batman. Things don't have to be DCU to be important. In fact, it would be better for him if he could just live in his own world. The Superman film and every episode of Peacemaker season 2 are increasingly proving they're not going to be merged. But I understand why there might be some confusion, especially now that the 2026 Clayface movie is shooting the film in the city of Liverpool, which is the same city where Matt Reeves shot a lot of scenes for his 2022 The Batman film. But looking closely at the set photos from the Liverpool area, and thank you so much to TOMMCJL, who runs the account DC Film News, for sharing these photos, the Gotham City Police Department shield and logo is different from the police cars that we saw in the Matt Reeves film. Matt Reeves' The Batman is an Elseworld crime saga universe that's no less important than the DCU, but it's just clear that the DCU will have far more fantastical elements than anything we would really want Reeves' next film to get into. Like, do you want that version of Batman to really be fighting fantastical meta-humans and like sorcery? No, that would kind of suck, right? 3. DCU Batman has been active for some time, and he is a loner. Creature Commandos was the one DCU title so far to show us what the DCU Batman looks like, and we saw him in silhouette in the skylight when he arrived to arrest Dr. Phosphorus. A line from Dr. Phosphorus later in episode 7 suggested it's been 15 years since he saw his family, but James Gunn has later clarified that that doesn't mean it was 15 years ago when Batman arrested him, and that arrest might have been more recent. So that doesn't mean the DCU Batman will be that much older than Superman to the DCU, but this will be a Batman who has a son, Damian Wayne. When it comes to Batman's loner status, though, when Peacemaker season 2 episode 1 began by retconning the events of Peacemaker season 1 so that it was just Justice Gang that arrived to Coverdale Ranch with Superman, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and Supergirl. When James Gunn was asked why Batman wasn't with them, he clarified that Batman doesn't associate with the Justice Gang, but when asked if Batman will ever associate with them, James Gunn responded with a thinking emoji, as if to say, well, I'm considering it. By the way, we have now confirmed that the fan-casted Alan Ritchson will not play Batman in the DCU. He said, quote, "I strongly don't think that Batman is in my future. I do think there is something in my future with DC." James Gunn has also said that Chris Pratt will not play Batman. 4. The DCU Gotham has colonial origins. Based on the design of the Gotham City crest, we can see that the GCPD was founded in 1820. That's actually earlier than when the NYPD was founded in 1845, and earlier than London's Metropolitan Police was founded in 1829. But knowing how meticulous James Gunn is with background details in all DC Studios titles, there is a reason why 1820 was chosen as the year Gotham's police department was founded, and I'm guessing it's going to tie into that Maxwell Lord Hall of Justice mural art that James Gunn put into Superman, showing meta-humans from throughout American history, and probably having to do with the 300 years of known meta-human backstory that James Gunn's going to start exploring with all of these titles. Also on that shield, you see what looks like a pilgrim couple with a spinning wheel and a bird on it. That makes me think Gotham evolved as an American colony similar to Metropolis, which we know is right across the bay, and the Metropolis City flag from Superman set photos established that city's origin, not the police department, but the city itself, as 1645. 5. Gotham City is in New Jersey, adjacent to Metropolis, which is in Delaware. In the Superman film, we saw a road sign of a freeway that led out of Metropolis toward Gotham City, so it must be adjacent. It is confirmed in the Superman movie that Metropolis is in Delaware, so it's likely also canonically true that Gotham Gotham City, as it is in the comics, is in southern New Jersey. 6. Bloodhaven also exists in the DCU. Bloodhaven is a city considered about a 2-hour drive away from Gotham City. It's a home to Nightwing. It was mentioned in Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1.
I thought you were in Bloodhaven.
Now, while this conversation happened in a different universe, Bloodhaven was also mentioned in Creature Commandos Episode 7.
Star City Metropolitan has brought in animal control experts from Metropolis and Bloodhaven.
7. Arkham Prison exists and it's not secure. In Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1, Sphere TV news host Clevis Thornweight mentioned a recent escape from Arkham by some metahuman.
This is the third metahuman escape from Belle Reve or Arkham in the past 2 months.
We can have some guesses about who the breakout was from Belle Reve, maybe Weasel, King Shark, the Bride, but the metahuman from Arkham? Is that Killer Croc? Is it Clayface? 8. Clayface is the first major villain in the DCU Gotham, but not the first Batman villain at all. The Clayface film, coming in September 2026, will star Tom Rhys-Harris as Clayface. We think it's going to be the Matt Hagen version with elements of the Basil Karlo version, something like the incarnation from the Batman the Animated Series Incredible Feat of Clay episode. James Gunn's co-head of DC Studios, Peter Safran, has compared the project to the Jeff Goldblum, David Cronenberg horror film The Fly, so I think we can expect a body horror story about a vain actor trying to maintain his handsome appearance to keep his career, but gets addicted to some chemical and like a beauty cream that allows him to morph his appearance. I believe there have been some hints that this could be a modernized story that explores how actors feel pressure to compete with things like AI.
Being online is just a fact of life. This is where we relax, connect, and do business. And if you're here mostly for business side of things and don't have your own website, what are you waiting for? Open up Squarespace in another tab and you can have a sleek, professional website that does whatever you need it to later today. Squarespace is an all-in-one tool that gives you everything you need to make a website that looks good and does whatever you need it to do. If you're selling goods and services, Squarespace can help you untangle digital payment platforms with just a few clicks, making it easy to start receiving payments right away using popular payment methods like Apple Pay, ACH Direct Debit, Klarna, and more. And if you're not a graphic designer, don't worry. Squarespace's design intelligence tool makes it so easy to get your website looking just right. It combines 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology. Every Squarespace website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions, an auto-generated sitemap, and more, so you show up more often to more people in global search engine results. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to go launch, go to squarespace.com/newrockstars to save 10% off your purchase of a website or a domain.
Over the weekend, we actually saw a lot of set photos from Clayface in the Liverpool area. There's this photo of Tom Rhys-Harris as actor Matt Hagen, who will become the Clayface. There's this newspaper bin with the Gotham Gazette and the Gotham Herald. These headlines talk about the arrest of Jimmy Red McCoy, who is a one-off Batman villain from Batman #4 in 1940. We also see a headline about Jimmy McCoy being arrested in this Gotham Examiner newspaper. There's also a headline about the Gotham Knights baseball team and how they poached a player from the Metropolis Meteors, whose baseball park we saw in Superman. It was a field sponsored by Lord Tech, where Superman fought Ultraman in The Engineer. We also see a headline about vandals defacing a statue, and I guess if you squint, the statue's paint kind of looks like Joker paint. Well, on the side of the Gotham Herald is this disfigured person in the margin that might have some connection to the facial disfigurement that Matt Hagen could go through, but I don't know if this is Matt himself. Also on the Herald is this column about Gotham's new party drug called Bliss. Haha, so Bliss was the name of the drug in the Penguin series, derived from the bleeding tooth fungus. Yes, Penguin is set in the Matt Reeves The Batman universe, so the pro-merge folks online are running with this as evidence that Gunn's plan is to merge the two, even though James Gunn has said repeatedly, from his own words, that he is not going to do that. Hey, I don't really have a dog in this fight, don't come after me, I just know what James Gunn has said. Other set photos from around Liverpool show a poster for Jitters Coffee, which is the DC Universe coffee chain that Clark had a coffee from in Superman as he entered the Daily Planet, and it showed up in a recent episode of Peacemaker as Leota's ex, Kia, started working at this place. The logo is exactly the same as it is in the DCU titles like Superman and Peacemaker, so we're kind of getting mixed evidence pointing in both directions. There's also a poster for Alias Insane in Black Canary Volume 4. A band forms called Alias Insane, and they actually added Dina Drake and renamed the band Black Canary. Around posters like this is graffiti where people have written the Jokers, maybe a gang of followers who support Joker like a cult. So if all of these details mean truths for the official DC Universe Gotham, we know it has a Joker, a Black Canary, a Jimmy Red McCoy, as well as various media publications we can expect from a city like Gotham, and yeah, a Jitters. 9. White Rabbit also exists in the DCU. We met White Rabbit briefly in Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1. Now, she was in Evergreen, Washington, but Jaina Hudson, White Rabbit, is a Batman villain
villain in Gotham City, a socialite who can duplicate herself into two beings. 10. The Toymaker also exists. Those Justice Gang auditions were held in an abandoned Crank Toys in Evergreen, which is a toy chain from the Narrows region of Gotham City and the business of the Batman villain, the Toymaker. 11. Talia al Ghul also exists. Since we know the DCU Batman film will be The Brave and the Bold and feature Damian Wayne Robin, Damian is the child of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul, so it suggests that Ra's al Ghul and his daughter Talia are part of this world as well. 12. There are 4 corporations. James Gunn has said that there are 4 major corporations fighting for control over this DC universe. He said there's Luthor Corp, there's Lord Tech, and Stag Industries, and Wayne Enterprises, which are the 4 big companies that are vying for another type of domination. But what other type of domination, Mr. Gunn? Consumer technology? Quantum computing? Real estate? AI? Military industrial stuff? 13. Lucius Fox might also exist. James Gunn picked Sacha Bordeaux to join the cast of Peacemaker Season 2 when he really could have picked any name from the pages of comics, or even made up a name for the character. When asked about Sasha's connections to Wayne Enterprises by Jeffrey Vega from IGN, the actress claimed to not be aware of any plans to connect her to Batman, but James Gunn jumped in to say, yet.
We haven't met your character Sasha yet, but in the comics, she protects a certain billionaire with a secret affinity for bats. Ding! Is that something we can expect to see in Peacemaker, or are we joining her at a different time in her journey?
I think Sasha's essence is still there from the comics, but she's bringing new vibes. New vibes, new mission, and she's a badass, yeah. But no, she has nothing to do with that.
Okay, so she has no idea.
Yet.
Oh! Okay, so Soul does know who's playing Batman in the DCU. Great, that's all I needed.
So I think this means that eventually Sasha is going to end up working for Lucius Fox at Wayne Enterprises. 14. Parts of Gotham must be somewhat thriving. In the Peacemaker series, Leota and her ex Kia used to live in Gotham City, and it comes up in Season 2, Episode 2.
We were supposed to be going back to Gotham, Lee. And now what? You're staying here to start a spy business?
Kia is resentful that her and Leota moving to Evergreen was supposed to be a temporary assignment, and Kia had to end up staying in Evergreen, and now she works at a Jitter's Coffee. But for Kia to want to go back to Gotham City, compared to the decently safe suburban feel of Evergreen, Washington, how comfortable must their life in Gotham have been? Gotham City is typically depicted as a crime-infected, destitute city with an insane wealth gap among its residents. It isn't known for like a thriving art scene or any kind of middle-class economic opportunism. It's controlled by gangs. So for Kia to want to go back there, it means that there must be some parts of the city that are truly great. And 15, Batman might have a whole bunch of kryptonite. There was this interesting line from Superman that was never resolved.
Yeah, they got this stuff. What's this kryptonite stuff called?
It's called kryptonite.
Well, it kills him, right?
As far as we can ascertain, there's none left on the planet.
I always wondered, how did the kryptonite get off of the planet? Did Superman and Kara have those Superman robots find all the kryptonite and hide it somewhere off-world? Did Martian Manhunter do this? Because he's an extraterrestrial. Or, as the world's greatest detective, doesn't it make a bit of sense that the Batman of this universe could have found all that kryptonite and kept it in the vault in the Batcave as an insurance policy? And that's why no one goes near that weirdo? Comment down below with your thoughts, and a special thanks to one of our YouTube members, Rick Denmon, who supports us at the executive producer level. Follow me at EA Voss and subscribe to all the channels in the New Rockstars network for breakdowns and news coverage of everything you love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.